Test, test, test. Check one. Check 1, 2. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So the Sixers have come down to earth a little bit. VJ Epscombe still having a good rookie year, but stats have come down. Tyrese Maxey still, the stats are there, but that's the difference experience makes, right? Oubre, Quentin Grimes, Andre Drummond, right? These guys got experience, and I think Bono will help them. Is this Jarvis Walker? Jabari Walker. Not sure who that is. Not sure who Jabari Walker is. So yeah, we got Jared Allen. And the thing is, right, like a lot of people thought that Cleveland, the Knicks, Orlando will probably be like the top teams. I think Philadelphia is a surprise. I think Chicago's definitely a surprise. Josh Giddey is hooping though, for sure, for sure. Donovan Mitchell, he used this kind of like a statement game. But to be honest, if you look at the numbers, dude is hooping, right? He's averaging 31 a night, 5 assists, 45% from three ball land, 57 from the field. So anybody who's saying like, oh, somebody said online that he's washed up, I don't know where that is. Like, a lot of the thing is like people get off to hot starts, but a lot of these vets understand it's about consistency and it's about the long haul. And then you have guys, and I'm not going to go crazy on this take, but you have guys like Jimmy Butler, Kawhi Leonard, even Jamal Murray, right? They play better in the playoffs. They play better when it's money time. And there's probably a little more I could say on that, but I won't go crazy with that. Brianna Webb, what's going on? How you doing? Yoda, what's going on, man? I'm on a little late today, unfortunately. Just came back. Came back a little late. So we got the Jazz. I feel like the Jazz, they're not too bad, but like I don't know if it wouldn't make sense for them to try and get a draft pick. I'm never a guy that's gonna say here and say tank, but this draft is supposed to be pretty good, so I could understand, right? I think Lauri Markkanen is back to playing at his high level. I think Mikhailuk is playing well. I think Filipowski is also a good player for them. I think those two could be interchangeable in some ways. Ace Bailey probably getting a little less run than people probably thought. I thought he was going to be able to just go off, but he's only getting 17 minutes a night, or a little under 18 minutes a night. So a lot of people probably thought he was going to get less opportunities, and he didn't want to go to Philadelphia because he wanted to be in a situation where he could kind of go off, and they're kind of putting the clamps on him a little bit, or they're kind of pacing him a little bit. Maybe that's a better way to say. Keontae George playing well. putting a lot of work in this offseason. Cade Cunningham, still looking to see. Oh, really? So where do you think they should go? Anybody have any suggestions? Are you there? I think people were talking about what, like another team in what, North Carolina or potentially Canada, but I feel like you got to find like the right markets. Um, New Jersey. Um, Trying to think of some decent markets. I mean, I feel like everybody wants another team back in Seattle, right? Um, Jalen Duren, I feel like he's been playing well. Like his numbers may not pop off the page, but 17 and 11, a block, a steal. He's shooting 83% from the free throw line, which tells me there's definitely potential for him as a shooter, even though he's not taking a three, I think, in his whole entire career. It's okay, though. We got the Nets Pacers. I'm going to say that for later. Got some things to discuss on Nets Pacers. That's a different discussion, though. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. God bless in Jesus' name. Wishing everybody well, their families. Um, Starting to get a little cooler. We got daylight saving, so we're probably all a little bit tired, but I know we're all pushing, right? Alex Starr, I feel like he's having a pretty good year right now. A lot of people not talking about him, but Burrow's really showing that improvement. Um, Not too sure what this team is doing, to be honest with you. Like they just might be tanking as well, but I would hate to see CJ McCollum just be on a team where he's not getting opportunities. But good to see a guy like AJ Johnson have some opportunities because he's definitely got some ability. Good to see Marvin Bagley and the Pacers and the Celtics are doing what they got to do, right? I think Peyton Pritchard and Derek White are still adjusting to the role, and like I think this definitely shows the importance of a guy like Jason Tatum, right? A guy like Jason Tatum who is a first team All NBA guy. That shows you how much he does. Like people think about the scoring, but he makes the right plays. You know what I mean? He's the best playmaker on this team. Jalen Brown, he's picking it up. He's probably averaging 27. Yeah, right. Peyton Pritchard is still adjusting, right? It's not as easy to go get busy. But I feel like Anthony Simons has been definitely helping them out. He's got to be averaging like 15 at least. 14. Yeah, around there. Sure, he's used to getting more than that, but he's kind of got to reduce the role a little bit. We got the Knickerbockers, right? They're starting to find their flow a little bit. The Knicks, a lot of people thought the Knicks would be really good this year, so I feel like they've played Minnesota like twice already. So that might be it. Dillingham getting some minutes. Yeah, man, it's a learning process for Dillingham. But like if you look at it, they don't really have another point guard. So Dillingham at some point could be able to take the reins, other than Mike Conley. But shit. Um, my bad. Let me if I could get the sound going. Testing, testing, testing. Can you hear me? Okay, seems like I got it. All right, my fault. Uh, yeah. Yeah. I think Minnesota will be fine. I think Jerome Randall's having a good start to the season. Actually, look at the numbers. Look at the three ball. You know what I'm saying? This guy gets no respect, but he's darn good, man. He's darn good, man. Uh, people really want to hear me talk about Mac McClung. Now I'm gonna get to Mac McClung. Don't worry. Um, your boy OG. I feel like he's been having a good year. He's got to be averaging like 20 for 18. He's just a good player. I'm gonna have some interesting takes on Mac McClung, so just bear with me. Cat, Jalen Brunson. I feel like they've been doing what they got to do. It's good that they have Hart back. It's good that they have Robinson back. Clarkson, I feel like he's gonna help them in the long run. And Deuce McBride, he's the kind of guy that Luca the best in the world. I'm not mad at that take. I'm not mad at that take. I mean, he's averaging like 59 points a game. Yeah, I'm not mad at that take. Like nobody's really talking about it either. So that's actually a good call. Like nobody's talking about it. Um I imagine they handle these guys because Kevin Durant, like none of the numbers are that crazy, but uh look out, like Amin Thompson's hooping, bro. The main thing is that three ball's gotta come along though. Right? He's still 17% from three, 67% from the free throw line. Like those are the things that we gotta see move up. He's 1 for 3 from three today. And that's actually better than his normal average. So if he's shooting 33% from three, it's actually still decent. Uh Jeff Green's been in the NBA for a long time. He's what, almost 40 years old. Right? I think he's 39. Yeah, 39 years old, so man, dude's been just consistent, a professional. Honestly, like this is a hot take. Like I honestly think he could have been one of the greatest players of all time. Luka the best in the world. Second best is Wemby. Okay. I mean, Wemby got off to a hot start, right? Wemby got off to a hot start. I just think, again, it's a long season, and it's a lot of it to me is about what you can do in the playoffs. So we've seen what Luka does in the playoffs. We've seen what SGA did in the playoffs. We've seen what if you ask me, like I'm not mad at your take. Like that it's definitely a fair take. I like Giannis. For me, Giannis and Jokic are the two best players in the world. And then I gotta put SGA in that conversation, and then Luka's right there too. Um, yeah, I ain't mad at that though. I like the take though, bro. It goes Luka, Giannis, Jokic, SGA, Wemby. I think that's a fair. I think that's yo Yoda. You in here? You agree with that top five? I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that J-pop. Um, Like the crazy thing about it is Jokic. You agree with that? So Yoda agrees with the top five. I think J Bob. I appreciate that. I think SGA got MVP last year, and Jokic had the best season of his career. He averaged a triple double and led the league in assists, I believe. Right, and nobody talks about it. Like it's not even a big deal. You know what I mean? So it's gotten to the point where his greatness is not even appreciated. But it's a fair take though. It's definitely a fair take. I'm definitely not mad at it. Um but you could say the same thing about a few players at this point. Um Ja, I don't know what's going on here. It's good to see Scottie Pippen Jr. back, right? Isn't he back or no? No, he's not back. No, I don't know why I thought Scottie Pippen Jr. was back. Scratch that. Oh, Dama's been playing well though. Cam Spencer. I'm a Cam Spencer guy. His brother's my favorite player in the league, probably. I don't know. I don't know what went wrong in Memphis for real. I think it's when they got rid of that coach. Ja is washed. Yeah, I think he's gonna have to leave. Yeah, something ain't right. I think it's they got rid of Taylor Jenkins, and that's what I heard. That's what Draymond was saying. Like he felt like they didn't consult him and Jaren Jackson Jr. and it felt like they just made a decision without keeping those guys in consideration. Um, New Orleans, another team that may just be focused on the draft. I mean, the draft coming up is gonna be potentially one of the greatest drafts in history. So, what's gonna happen with this team? Right, it's really a lot of Trey Murphy and stay prayed up, y'all. And what's bros? And obviously Zion, but Zion didn't even play. Um, Dallas struggling. You know, they don't even have they don't have your boy Anthony Davis. You know what I mean? Klay Thompson's coming off the bench. This is also a difficult team to really, you know what I mean, to really gauge. And I do think you want to pace Cooper Flag because Cooper Flag is one of those dudes. Like he plays really hard, which you gotta love, but you don't want him to wear out. I want to see that man dunk. Yeah, I think Ja's really good, man. I think he's just yeah, it's not looking great for the Mavs. But maybe, they decide to save Kyrie and Anthony Davis and just get a really high draft pick. You know what I mean? Like if you put Darren Peterson, Cooper Flag, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, you know what I mean? They get a really high draft pick. That might be a title team. Maybe not. I don't know. But both of these teams are. We'll see how they go though. You look at the Nuggets, right? This is what I'm saying about Jokic. Like nobody cares about his greatness, but Wiggins trying, man. Um, I feel like I don't know about this team either. I don't know about Miami either. But I think Miami will always be all right because Spoelstra is, arguably the best coach in the league. But they do need Tyler Hero back though. But look at Jokic's numbers though. 33, 15, 16. He's leading the league in assists again. Like his numbers are crazy. Let's see where he's shooting that three ball at.
Losing to the Pels isn't good. Yeah, no, I can hear what you're saying with that. I really thought, oh, you're not a Nico guy. Yo, they might do something. I really thought the Pels would be a little bit better. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Casual night. Let's see what his 3 point. Well, he's not shooting the three actually that well, actually. But I think it'll round itself out though. Because last year he was shooting like 50% from the field or like 60% from the field, 40% from three, like just dummy numbers. Um, Tim Hardaway Jr. Nice little night. Okay, Spurs, Lakers. This is kind of what I'm saying with Wemby. Like I've seen these kind of starts come before. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like he's a really good player, but we'll just wait to see what happens in the playoffs if they get to the playoffs. You know what I mean? But yeah, in terms of potential, like he's definitely got crazy potential, and I feel like yeah, him not winning the MVP, yeah. No, I hear what you're saying about that. I hear what you're saying about that. But I feel like it was also fatigue, though. Like, do you think it was fatigue? Because he won two in a row, didn't he? So it's like you can't give it to him every year, especially with the year that OKC had. So yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I like the way Dylan Harper's been playing. I mean, he's out right now with an injury, but I like the way he's been playing. You know, maybe that's part of the reason why Wembanyama struggled a little bit. So Luca just another crazy game. You know, similar to like some of these guys are just throwing up crazy numbers, man. Their numbers are just out of here. DeAndre Ayton's been playing pretty well the past couple games. Like people love to hate on DeAndre Ayton, but these numbers ain't bad, bro. Look at he's career 10 rebounds a game, 16 points a game. Like they make it seem like the dude is a bum, bro. Look at his past few games. 17 and 10. 9, not a great game, but 29 and 10, 22 and 10, 3 blocks, 2 blocks. Like, dude, it could hoop, bro. Dude could hoop. Even though Loon, I don't know, because he's getting all the way to the rim. It just not mid-range. Okay. Yeah. People always say like these guys are foul baiting now. You feel like that's an issue in the NBA right now? You feel like guys are just trying to. Aiton is nice. I just think. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I feel like the only reason why people hate on Aiton is because he was a number one pick, right? And it's the same draft, right? Like obviously, you're right. There's guys that you draft ahead, but it's like if he was a number five pick, number six, number seven pick, I don't think anybody would be hating like that. You know what I mean? But I agree though. But like I do think if he played a little more aggressive, it would look a little bit better. But I also think he plays team ball, and I think he also like does the right things defensively. Like he makes the right reads defensively. Like I feel like his defensive attention to detail, his defensive acuity, his defensive awareness is good. You know what I mean? I just think he carries himself like a guy that is like a 25 point a game scorer. Like the way he like moves, but when he gets on the court, he's super unselfish. And I feel like there's something to be said about being unselfish. Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Yeah, he maybe if he played a little tougher and like a little less finesse. Oh, Thunder got their first loss. Hey, don't look now. The Blazers kind of hype though. Your boy, uh, Denny Advia, man. Denny Advia, man. Like he's a hero, bro. Hartenstein, bro, he got paid and he been hooping. SGA, that's a typical SGA night. Like that he walks on the court and that works. But can we say something about AJ Mitchell though? Yo, Danny Advia and my man in Chicago, the point guard in Chicago, Josh Giddey. Oh my gosh. Yeah, SGA doing SGA things. But AJ Mitchell, bro, second round pick. Another guy nobody really talks about. Plays 27 minutes a night and just 94% from, like, he just shoots it well. He just, I don't know, man. That was a steal in the draft, bro. I think he was a second round pick. I know I'm confident he wasn't a first round pick, but I think he was a second round pick. And he just, look at the way he's playing, man. Jalen Williams, like, his stats won't tell you the full story. Was Isaiah Joe or Isaac Joe, or I feel like he's a good role player as well. Isaiah Joe, I think. Yeah, he's like a good, like, they have like a, dang, he's hooping too. There's a few different good role players that they have. I think Drew Holiday is the most underrated player of this generation. Like, I think he easily could have been a defensive player of the year at some point. Like, this Portland Trailblazers team is decent. Like, I feel like if they make the playoffs, I feel like him and Denny Avdia should make the All-Star team, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he's just been too good. Shaden Sharp is one of the freakiest, like one of the nastiest athletes in the game, though. Yeah, I know, right? That's crazy. Yeah, I know what you're saying about Josh Giddey, though. I know what you're saying. Isaiah Joe, yeah, man, that's crazy, right? Drew Holiday, he's hooping. Drew Holiday is hooping. And Shaden Sharp, man, dude's dummy athletic. Even Jeremy Grant, like, I'm sure he's putting up 17, 18 a night. 20 a night. That's what I'm saying, bros. Who a lot of dudes is low key hooping, man. 42% for the three. Man, Jeremy Grant, like, that dude couldn't shoot to come into the NBA and to see what he's becoming. Before, he was just a straight athlete. And to see the kind of player he's become, like, he's a borderline all-star level player. Like, nobody's gonna say that, but he's darn good. Matisse Thybulle, is he still injured or something? All right, let's see. How close are we to this McClung conversation? All right, last game. All right, now we're gonna get to the McClung. So everybody who oh, you're saying about Dame, right? You think he could come back this year? You think him and Jason Tatum could come back this year? Yo, it's crazy, man. Like, Achilles is a crazy injury, man. You think Halliburton could come back this year? Or you think or you think all these teams should just lose and just get really high draft picks? Jonathan Kuminga, I feel like he's been quietly having a good year. Who's Richard? Will Richard? Oh. Yeah, he was on that championship team. I think he was on that championship team from last year. Quentin Post. I mean, he tries for them. He's tall. Moses Moody. Man, I just don't know how they're gonna develop Moses Moody. Cause I thought he would be able to take over for Clay or at least Jordan uh Jordan Poole. Uh, Pat Spencer, that's my boy. Yo, can we say something about Russell Westbrook though? Yeah, Will Richards a rookie, right? Yeah, he was on. I believe he was on that championship team, for Florida from last year. Yeah, I think you're right. Good call. All right, or Russell Westbrook. Like he's not playing around. Russell Westbrook. Everybody who thought Russell Westbrook couldn't hoop anymore. Look what that three ball. 43% from three. Best 3-point shooting year of his career by a landslide. Wait, what's his career 3-point percentage? It's probably like 33%. 30% from three. That's crazy. In the modern era of NBA basketball. And look at what he's doing, man. Anybody who said Russell Westbrook sucks or can't hoop. Oh, it's your boy DeRozan, Yoda. Russell is one of the greatest of all time. Like people gotta respect it, bro. Speaking of goats, look at Andrew the goat. Shout out to Andrew the goat. The referees won the game for the Kings last night. Yeah, I feel like Yoda will take it though. He'll take the W. If Mac McClung gets dropped, yeah, I'm gonna get to Mac McClung next. Realize the Kings still suck, right? They only won. Well, we'll see, man, because the roster is not bad. Dennis Schroeder's good. Neat Clifford, he's a good rookie. He's an older guy, so he's coming in to play well. Russ Westbrook playing well. DeRozan's consistent, and they didn't even have Zach LaVine last night. Malik Monk doing Malik Monk things. Like the roster is like decent. I don't know exactly what they need, but all right, the moment everybody's been waiting for. We're going to discuss Mac McClung. Yo, everybody hit up your friends for the Mac McClung conversation. All right, so as some of you may know, some of you may not know, Mac McClung got dropped. You realize the Kings still get if Mac McClung gets dropped, he might as well go to EuroLeague because yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, he did get dropped, unfortunately, and the Nets are stay prayed up, yo. The Nets, I think they're definitely tanking. I think the Nets don't even like that. Like the Nets, I don't know. I don't even know if they're really trying to play ball for real. Shout out to Pascal Siakam who's out here at least trying. Yeah, so Mac McClung. Um, it's been interesting because Austin Reeves is a top 15 scorer. I know Austin Reeves is darn good. Austin Reeves, I think he's trending toward an All Star year. I think Chet Holmgren could potentially work his way to an All Star level. I think Josh Giddey could work his way to an All Star level. And another person that people don't really talk about is Franz Wagner. Yeah, good call, Andrew. Yeah, I think he's hurt or yeah, he's hurt. He's sick or something. Steph Curry is. Um, my thing with Mac McClung, and I don't want to get too crazy with this, but I'm gonna be honest. There is a bias. There is a racial bias. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Austin Reeves is cooking with gas. Um, and the problem is, I'm just being honest. I'm just gonna be honest. I probably should take this clip. This will probably blow my channel up, but I don't like to say super controversial things, but I got to be honest. I think there's a bias because a lot of times guys who look like Mac McClung in the NBA, everybody just they offensive players just attack that dude, and I think the issue that people had with Mac McClung is one, he's a scoring point guard, but there's a lot of scoring point guards. Yeah, Curry has an illness. Yep, you're right. Will for the Warriors. I think he could end up being pretty good. I mean, they gotta find a solution. They got a lot of players that they need to develop, and we gotta see who develops. Moses Moody, Mac McClung. Yeah, I mean, my thing with Mac McClung is I think in the right situation, you could use him exactly like you use Peyton Pritchard, right? Peyton Pritchard, if you look at him physically, if you look at Peyton Pritchard physically, he's almost exactly the same as Mac McClung, and Mac McClung is a lot more athletic. And like maybe one of these, I don't really have access to the highlights, but if you look at some of these cats on Instagram, they were making they were they were making some reviews on Mac McClung's defense. And the thing that people think exactly, they should sign him to Charlotte or DC. Or the Nets or the Pacers or I mean, well, I guess not the Pacers, but the Nets. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at some of his defensive highlights, the dude has been playing defense. I think the challenge is when they showed those defensive highlights, he wasn't necessarily it wasn't like on ball defense, it was off ball defense. But at the end of the day, like there's no reason that he shouldn't be in the NBA, right? Mac McClung led the G League in scoring. He won the title. You know what I mean? He was MVP of the G League. He did everything you could possibly do in the G League, and he carried the NBA All-Star Weekend for like 3 years in a row. And you gotta respect that. Like the guy has done a lot for the for he's done a lot more for the NBA than a lot of dudes in the NBA. So I feel like you gotta respect it. You know that Will play for the Florida Gators. Yeah, he doesn't need to develop anymore. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think he was a 4-year player. I don't know if he was at Florida for all of his career. But yeah, I mean that Florida team was good. They had him, they had I'm forgetting they had Elijah Martin who came from Florida Atlantic. Nah, I think he's gonna be good because all those dudes they were all dogs. You know what I mean? All those dudes were dogs. But I just think as a rookie, you probably still need to get adjusted to the NBA game a little bit and the fact that he's playing on a veteran team. You know what I'm saying? But he might be able to develop, you know what I mean? Like maybe he might like I don't know what they're trying to do with him or Pajimski, you know what I mean? Like I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, he's got ability. The Warriors almost beat the Kings like not without Curry or Jimmy Butler, so they proved they could do it. They just need to take care of the basketball. Yeah, I feel you. I mean, I don't know who the point guard that they'll have that be able to take care of basketball, and maybe will be the one who could do it. Yeah, I know. I mean, Pajimski has shown potential at times as well. So, yeah, it's a good take. I'm not mad at it though. I'm not mad at the. There's no way Ben Simmons is in the league. Yeah, but like you gotta remember, like Ben Simmons was one of the most hyped players of the decade. You know what I'm saying? Like Ben Simmons in his prime, obviously I don't, he might not be in his prime, but like when he was in his prime, that dude was so fast. He was so good defensively. King's gonna be better than the only Lakers. The only comp is OKC. Yeah, Lakers are really doing well, man. Austin Reeves is playing outside of his mind, like. But I think he played really well last year. I feel like he was underrated for what he was doing last year. Um, King's gonna be better than Warriors this year. It's possible. It's possible. I still don't know how they're gonna construct the roster like actual roles. It feels like people are just playing, but I haven't seen them, so I can't really say. But I would imagine you've probably seen them more than I have. But yeah, Max D IQ, Max D like his defense allowed too many buckets. Yeah, like I feel like his defense off the ball was like really good because he was playing with effort, but on the ball, I still think a guy like that he's gonna really have to be super disciplined. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can't be mad at that take, Gaye. Are you African, Gaye? I think Yoda. Wait, I'm African. Senegalese? Are you Senegalese? Um, he's not an elite distributor. He's not. He's not an elite distributor. He's more of a scoring point guard. Do you think that we better? Uh, man, I don't think it's gonna help the flow, but I think long run for the playoffs. Oh, YouTube guy. Okay, got you. For the playoffs, it'll help. Kings better than Warriors. YouTube guy. Okay. YouTube guy. Okay, got you. Wait until the Warriors get Milton and Beck. Andrew the Go, he's a Warriors fan. Okay, we're gonna see Warriors versus Kings. Warriors versus Kings. We're gonna see how that goes down. I kind of don't. I mean, honestly, Austin Reeves has been out of control. And that might slow up Austin Reeves too when the Warriors get D'Anthony Melton fully healthy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, D'Anthony. See, he might be the one who could actually run the show, like run the offense. You know what I mean? Like he might be the one out of all these like players because I feel like a lot of these other guys, Pajimski might be able to do it. It's still not sure. Number 12 for the Warriors. Oh, Jake LaRavia. You know what? The thing with Mac McClung, man, his goal was to play in the NBA, and to be honest, I understand what you're saying, but crap, I do think he's an NBA player. Like I understand what you're saying about the self respect though, but I genuinely do think he's an NBA player. I feel like a lot of this stuff is just finding the right fit. Yeah, Jake LaRavia, yeah, he has been. Jake LaRavia has been playing well. I feel like everybody on the Lakers just they're just having a season. Just having a little run. Will it last like this? I don't know. Right? Can you do you want those guys throwing up those numbers like crazy this early in the season? Will they have the legs for the second half? It's an interesting question. Oh, oh, got you. Okay, he said who's number 12. Yeah. A lot of people were wondering. Like he went off that game. He had like what 37 or 30 or something. He went crazy that other night. No. I definitely agree with you. DeAnthony Melton is actually not a good point guard. He's a shooting guard. You think he's more of a shooting guard? Richard actually went crazy, but Jimsky did pretty well too. But 4 turnovers though. I just don't know who could run the team though. But you think but you think Milton is more of a. Rui, yeah, I think Rui's consistent. I think Rui's consistent. Um, I don't feel like anybody really has anything negative to say about Rui. To be honest with you, he can get 30 off the bench. It's not what teams are looking for. But I'm not mad at that. But why can't he just be what Peyton Pritchard is? You know what I mean? Like I don't see anything wrong with what Peyton Pritchard does, and him just do the exact same thing. Seth Curry's gonna be the one that runs the show, probably not Milton. You think Seth Curry is a better point guard than Milton? That's interesting. Um, shoot. All right, let me look. It's an interesting take. I ain't mad at it. Where's Milton on here? Or is he D'Anthony Melton? I mean, you might have a point there. Because 2.2 assists per game, but 2 assists to 1.4 turnovers, that's a 2-to-1. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. But I can see what you're saying. 2.8 assists per game is not really, and considering how he shoots the three. Nick Smith for the Lakers playing well as of late. Yeah, that's good to see. I mean, he's a good young. He's got ability for a young kid. You think Peyton Pritchard is an elite shooter? I think he could shoot. Stay prayed up, y'all. Peyton Pritchard, an elite shooter. Wow. Let's see what his shooting numbers were like last year. You might be right on the shooting part, but the distributor part, I don't know. 40% from 30 last year, 47% from the field, 38%. Okay, I can see what you're saying about the distributor part. I mean about the shooting part, but distributor part? Hmm. But part of it is that he might not have had the ball in his hand to run the show. When the Lakers get Steph Curry's brother, it's gonna be hard for teams to beat the. Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of shooting. Klay Thompson, that's sad. But Mac is a bucket. Don't get me wrong. At his peak, he could lead a second unit. They were sleeping on him, sure, but just yeah. I mean, I can understand what you're saying. I think he gets buckets. I think he's a good. I think he can distribute the ball. I don't think he's an elite shooter, but I think he gets buckets. I think he could be a similar player. I mean, he's a much better athlete though. He may not he may not be the shooter, but he's a much better athlete. You know what I mean? I think and his defensive intensity was there. He just on the ball, he's probably just got to do a better job. Jalen Brown won't eat turkey this Thanksgiving. Um, yeah, I see what you're saying. But that guy's got millions of dollars. I think Curry's gonna make that because they'll have so much scoring off the bench. Yeah, I mean, he's what top 10 all time in 3-point percentage? You know what I mean? Like Seth Curry could shoot the rock. I don't know when he's coming back, but he could definitely shoot the rock. I mean, one of the best shooters the game has ever seen. My bad. One of the best shooters the game has ever seen. And they have two of the best shooters, on the roster. They might as well get Klay Thompson back and get three of the best shooters. I'm sure it's a little rough. Jalen Brown spray road though. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, it's like those enhancements. Like he gets those enhancements. Um, but I heard he's not supposed to. I heard you're not allowed to use them anymore though. I heard you're not allowed to use the enhancements anymore. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be tricky, man. I think OKC obviously is still the team to beat. They've only lost once this year. I think they have a roster that's kind of gelled. He's probably he's oh man, I don't know, J Pop. 74-8. Watch out for the Sixers. Yeah, I ain't mad at that. The Sixers actually look pretty good. If they could figure out a way to incorporate Joel Embiid, I think it'll help them out a lot. Because I'm not sure how easy it'll be for VJ Edgecombe to continue. Nuggets, if I'm not mistaken, isn't the Nuggets defense not that good this year? Um, yeah, Nuggets always been a they've always been an interesting team defensively to me. Um, who's their coach? Who's the Nuggets coach? Hold on. David Adelman? Oh, Rick Adelman's son? Yeah, I don't really know what to say about that. Like I don't really have enough reference. But maybe he's good. Yeah, I mean defense is always going to be a question for me with those guys. So that isn't a bad idea. Fifth in the West, yeah, I feel like that's definitely possible. OKC 74-8. Oh man, he feels like the Warriors really got it. Nuggets are way better this year. They don't. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, I honestly think Cam Thomas could do all the same things that Michael Porter Jr. could do. Uh, yeah, I mean, Cam Thomas probably is not getting the shot attempts, but I think he's the same kind of player. I mean, not Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson, my bad. He's not getting the shot attempts, and he's still adjusting to his role. But if you look at it, 45% from the field, 39% from three for his career. So I feel like he does a lot of the same things. I think he's just got to adjust and they got to figure out how he gets comfortable. But Curry brother will be signing with the Warriors. Yeah, sometime this month, right? We got Jokic for passing. Uh, but I mean, he's scoring. He's scoring over there in Brooklyn though. He's getting all the shots he wants. Him and Cam Thomas. I mean, both those guys are. You got two dudes that are. They ain't shy to throw it up. All right. He's averaging 22, and then he's got 3 assists this game though. And then Cam Thomas is averaging what 20, 21. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, he's getting his buckets. He's getting his buckets, man. He's getting his buckets. I think the Warriors can beat the Thunder. We had a better record against them last year than the Lakers. Yeah. Um, I mean, the Warriors were like kind of difficult to evaluate for me last year, probably for other people, because Steph Curry got hurt, right? And Jimmy Butler just came, so yeah, there's a chance, and I feel like there's gonna be like a there's still like what Kaminga is gonna do. Um, there's still that's up in the air. And there's still like who else is gonna like how they're gonna develop Moses Moody, how they're gonna develop Pajimski, Will Richard. So like there's a lot of questions with the Warriors, but the potential is there. But you kind of want to be able to save those players, right? Because their team is older. So I feel like you still want to be able to save those guys, kind of like the Clippers, right? You want to be able to save your best players for like late in the season and playoffs to be able to see what happens. Because like I don't feel like the Clippers are like the greatest team, like are playing the greatest basketball, but you kind of can't never really sleep on them. Yeah, the Golden State Warriors, they don't have the youth or the depth or the talent. I mean, you don't think they have a lot of young players? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Brad Beal. I honestly don't. Because, I guess they probably wanted it to be like a rematch, but he struggled again. And the crazy thing is, he struggled. He didn't play that much, but he struggled, and there was no Kawhi Leonard or James Harden. What are they? 3-5. That ain't bad. Yo, but I think people should give credit to the Suns because I feel like this Suns team. I mean, like you know what I mean. Like this Suns team, it doesn't have like they have a lot of good role players, but they're just getting Jalen Green back, so we'll see how him and D Booker work together. But D Booker's got a lot of job on his hands. But D Booker is the highest paid. He's the high. He's the highest paid player in the NBA. Yeah, you think the Clippers stars are too old? Yeah, I mean it's kind of like do or die. It's like boom or bust for them. Maybe I shouldn't say that word, but boom or bust. I'll say boom or bust. So YouTube don't get mad. Yeah, you think in the playoffs, OKC would get the Warriors? Yeah, Jalen Green did have a good game. Jalen Green did have a good game. I mean, he's a good player. What are you gonna say when? Oh gosh. Oh man. You know what? Yeah, I don't know if the Thunder really do have those kind of 3-point shooters, which is honestly a decent point. But that's true. Like I feel like now that I'm thinking about it, they're an okay shooting team, but I'm not thinking of any like great shooters. No, I agree. I agree. Jalen Green's got to do in the playoffs. I don't even know if this team is going to make the playoffs. The Warriors, yeah, they kind of do look better than the Clippers right now. They kind of do look better than the Clippers right now. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like maybe they might have to trade him, but um, this is a tricky thing, man. I don't know what to say. Wait, you're talking about the Warriors? I mean, you're talking about the Clippers starting center is 40? Yeah, I think James Harden is 36. I think Kawhi Leonard's like 35. The Warriors? Oh, you're talking about Al Horford is 40? Steph is 37. Draymond, I don't know who's 36. Yeah, I think Draymond is like 35. Oh, Jimmy, yeah, Jimmy is 36. You're right. Bam would be like amazing for them. If they could get Bam, that'll be crazy. But you never know. They might even be able to. You never know. Like, who knows what's gonna happen with Giannis? Who knows what's gonna happen with Giannis and Bam would be great. Bam would literally be. I mean, if Bam could hit more threes, stay prayed up. I mean, he doesn't really need to, but because of the way he can pass, I think he'll fit in really well for them. Dang, I'm upside down. My bad. Because of the way he could pass. Ugh. Yeah, with Giannis, like I don't know if they'll get Giannis, but who knows? Like Milwaukee Bucks. I don't know what's going on. And look, I'm not too sure. The Warriors need Wiggins. Yeah, Wiggins really added a good dimension for them. Like if they could have Wiggins with the roster they have now, that would be good. But if they get Bam, that'll be good too. I feel like Warriors are just like one thing away. But I definitely don't think they have that much time though. Yeah, that's true. It might not be that easy to make some of these moves happen. Oh shoot. My fault. All right, take yeah, everybody. I think we should call it because is 1 o'clock. I don't know what time it is where everybody else is, but it's probably at least 12. But let me shout everybody out. J Pop, appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you for the good banter. Andrew the Goat, appreciate you. Who else? I know Yoda was definitely in here. Yoda, appreciate you, man. You're ranked number one in the chat, in the Uh, YouTube guy, thank you, YouTube guy, for showing up. Who else is in here? Just want to make sure I get everybody. They call me T Bitter David. T Bitter David, thank you for showing up. Yeah, I think that might be it. Oh shoot. Clippers, yeah, Clippers. Clippers interesting, man. Clippers are super interesting. Hey, God bless everybody. Have a good night in Jesus' name. Amen. I appreciate everybody for coming through. You know, it's always fun when we get into the, the little discussions. So thanks everybody for coming through. Everybody have a good night. Um, yeah, hopefully we can all reconvene again. God bless in Jesus' name. Amen.